Expos. Third inning, first and second. Former Red Sox great Lou Merlone will try to Framingham, Mass. to left field. Victor Martinez and Casey Blake come in, and it's 5-0 Cleveland. And they are on their feet at Providence College. Still in the third, they're on the corners. Tim Laker also goes down the left field line. Oh, the irony, or coincidence in this case. Merlone and Jody Garrett score a 7-run Indians third. Dubose tagged for 8 runs on 6 hits and 2 2/3. Fourth inning, Jake Westbrook's got an 8-0 lead. He is unbeaten since May 22nd, facing Miguel Tejada. Have a seat. Next batter, Rafael Palmeiro. Comebacker. Heads up. 2 outs. Next up, Javi Lopez. Westbrook allowed just 4 hits, struck out 4, his first career shutout, and the Tribe win 14-0. They've won 4 in a row and 8 of 10. Mondays, 2 touchdown loss, nothing.
Philadelphia hosting the Cincinnati Kid and his gang. Jim Thome, he's sitting on 399 career home runs, top 1. Sean Casey sitting on 96 career home runs. Let's make it 97. That comes off Eric Milton. Milton, by the way, is the one who gave up Thome's 300th career. It's 2-0 Reds. Thome down 0-2 in the count before running it full against Jose Acevedo in the bottom of the first. He's now the 37th player to hit 400 career. It's his major league leading 19th. Oh, his wife and baby are happy. It ties it at 2. And Junior, he's watching. He's available to pinch hit as Thome comes out for the curtain call. Junior says, I can appreciate a good shot of Jack. Yeah, he was available to pinch hit, but we did not see him. We saw a lot of tarp and a lot of rain. Who'll stop the rain? Well, who'll deliver the candy? Todd Jones would do that. A delay 2 hours and 18 minutes. We're now tied, bottom 5, bases loaded. David Bell, single to left. 2 runs or score. How about 3, though? Pat Burrell. Ah, he's out at third. 7-5 Phillies. Top 7. Who'll stop the rain? 2 on, 2 out. 1-run game. Tim Worrell pitching for the Phillies. Jermaine Clark barely got out of the batter's box. He slips. Worrell throws it out at first. Ends the inning. Here come the Tarps. Hour 5 rain. Here comes Larry Boa. He's not only wet, he's cranky. It's pouring. Billy Wagner trying to dry his hands. The ump say, let's bring the Tarps out again. The game finally called at 2:07 Eastern. Game lasted almost as long as the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's 10-7 Phillies final. And Jim Thome getting it done, making a little history. And in the bar chart, you can see the kind of history he's making. 400th career homer. Jim Thome has now hit 118 homers since the start of the 2002 season. That's tied with Alex Rodriguez for the most in the major leagues.
Year after Achilles tendonitis, he struck out 3 in the first. Craig Biggio, Lance Berkman, and Jeff Kent Pryor K'd 4 of the first 5 he faced. Todd Walker had a big night Monday in Houston. Here's Walker, top 3, facing the Rocket. To center field, and they got that fancy hill out there, sort of old school. Biggio going up that hill, can't quite get there. Walker triples. He would later score on a Ramon Martinez RBI single, safely into third. Top 4, Derek Lee teeing off against Clemens. And this one also to center again. There, the hill comes into play out there. Biggio having issues with the hill. Derek Lee has reached base safely now in 9 straight plate appearances, 7 hits and 2 walks. So, you know, they got the hill thing out there. I don't really think it's working out all that well. Rick Sutcliffe, your thoughts?
Craig Biggio's been trying to figure that thing out for 2 years. He's still having problems. Andrew Jones has had trouble with it. Corey Patterson had trouble with it tonight. I know that you like to have advantages and little nooks and crannies in new ballparks that maybe the visiting team can't figure out, but this thing needs to go away.
Looks good, just not that handy. A lot like Jessica Simpson. Bottom 5, Morgan Ensberg will end the 5th. And Pryor tells Dusty Baker he wants 1 more inning. Pryor would face only 1 batter in the 6th before being pulled. He allowed 5 hits and 5 scoreless. Walked 1, struck out 8. Walker in the 6th, already with a single and a triple, goes yard, and the Cubs lead 5-0. Clemens allowed 5 runs on 10 hits in 6. Walker, a .412 career hitter against the Rockies.
I think anytime you face a pitcher as a hitter, it starts to become a hitter's advantage, you know, because you know his pitches and you know what he can do. You know, he wasn't throwing 94, 95 tonight. He was throwing 91, and, you know, whatever the reason was, he didn't have his best stuff tonight.
Yeah, Clemens said afterward, I was just battling all night. Bottom 6, Jimmy Anderson pitching. Pryor watching. Jeff Bagwell to short. Bagwell hit just .209 on Houston's 12-game road trip. He dropped from 3rd to 5th in the batting order, went 0 for 4 with 2 Ks Monday, and was clearly frustrated. 9th inning now, 5-0 Cubs. Walker, a double shy of the cycle, and bidding for that 2-bagger here down the right field line. And that is just foul. Take another look. Walker looking for that double, and it's not quite there. 2 pitches later, gets all of it. Say hello to a little fry. His second of the game, 10th of the year. He was 4 for 5. And the Cubs win 7-2. This is the second latest that Roger Clemens has gone into a season before losing his first start. The latest, of course, 1986, when Clemens was 14-0 after 15 starts with Boston before losing to the Blue Jays on July 2nd.
Kevin Brown had recently undergone elbow surgery when Arizona stunned New York in Game 7 of the 2001 World Series. On the day of the team's first meeting since then, Brown is again on the disabled list. The strained lower back sidelining the Yankee starter, putting even more pressure on the already under the scope staff, especially Tuesday's starter Jose Contreras. Contreras 2-0 with an ERA near 4 since being recalled from AAA, trying to win consecutive starts for the first time this season. This isn't the start he or Danny Batista wanted. Bottom first, and Contreras hits him in the back of the head. Joe Torre and Mel Stottlemyre with a headache, a referred pain type. Now Batista, he'd stay in the game for a couple innings and then leave with a headache. Contreras goes 6 1/3, 5 hits, 2 earned. The 2 earned right here. Pinch hitter Andy Green, second big league at bat since being called up from AAA. First big league hit, he goes yard. It's 3-2. Bottom 9, Mariano Rivera. You remember me? Doesn't erase the 2001 series, but it helps, and the Yankees win it 4-2.
Red Sox also out west trying to keep pace with the Yanks, doing Denver for the first time ever. Bottom 3rd, Rockies down 3-2. Couple men on for Jeremy Burnitz. That hung, he hit it. Single to right, brings in 1. Gabe Kapler's throw, though, gets away from Noma. 2 runs are going to score in the play. Kapler charged with an error. It's 4-3 Rockies. The patriarch, Joe Kennedy, trying to get out of a jam in the 5th. Boston had the chances. Nobody out, bases loaded, but Garcia Parra lines out to Vinny Castilla at 3rd base. That's 1 out. Count him with me. Next batter, Jason Varitek grounds into a fielder's choice. Castilla's going to throw home for out number 2. Thank you. Next batter, Kevin Youkilis. That's grounded to 2nd base, harmlessly, ending over. No run score. Rockies win at 6-3. Kennedy gets his first win in 8 starts. This one's for Rick Dempsey. O's in the Dodgers. Jose Lima on the mound at Dodger Stadium, where he's 2-0 this season. This time for the first meeting between these two since the '66 World Series. Jim Palmer opposing Sandy Koufax in Koufax's final game. Palmer, the 4-hit shutout in an Orioles sweep. Bottom 6, 1-0 Dodgers. Daniel Cabrera gets Juan Encarnacion, who has a little something for his people. It's 4-0 Dodgers. Eric Gagne time now, looking for his 77th straight save. 76 and counting. Dodgers win it 5-1.
Well, meet me at Barry's place. Jason Schmidt's having a party. He's 7-0 in his last 9 starts with a 1.80 ERA. He struck out the side in the first on 14 pitches. 12 Ks in the game. That was Frank Catalanato going down there. This is Ray Durham just activated, and that's Frank Catalanato going down there. Radar glove and then double trouble as Schmidt gets doubled off first. Bottom 6, Giants up 2-1. Barry Bonds. Shallow left, and no, there's that Catalanato guy again. Making another catch. Bonds 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Top 9, 1-run game. Catalanato, Matt Hergis. Oh, this one's not good for Catalanato. Grounder to Pedro Feliz, second back double play. Giants win 4-3. Well, the Padres picked a bad time to have the Devil Rays over. Tampa on a 5-game win spree would tie the franchise record if they get it. Brian Lawrence hadn't allowed a walk in his last 3 starts. Aubrey Huff says, I'll walk around the bases. His 9th, Tampa Bay wins it 5-2. Club watch continues in Cincinnati. Reds have lost 7 straight. Texas visiting. We go straight to the 5th. Reds up 2. Alfonso Soriano. Wang, dang, doodle. 3-run shot, his 9th. Rangers up 3-2. Bottom 8. Reds down 1, 2 outs. And Buck Showalter orders the IBB for Griffey. Francisco Cordero then comes in. He's 19 for 19 in save ops. Jacob Cruz to the window, to the wall. And the wall is where Eric Young's making a living. Inning over. Bottom 9, 1 on. Run game. Cordero still in there for Texas. And Jason LaRue base hit. Adam one-and-done scores. First blowing save for Cordero. We're going to play extras again for the Reds, who played forever in Philly Monday night. Bottom 10, 1 on, 2 out, done. Broken bat, single to right. Griffey is going to test Gary Matthews Jr.'s arm, and he flunks that test. Rod Barajas tags him out. Top play nominee. For Reds fans, they were cringing when Griffey put himself in harm's way, but hey, he is a ball player. So is Barajas. Inning over. Griffey would not homer. Bottom 11, bases loaded, 1 out. E. Young comes in from the outfield. He's going to play second base. Soriano moves up the middle, and 5 men couldn't stop Josie Wales or Barry Larkin. Little communication breakdown as LaRue scores. Young and Soriano get their signals crossed, and the Reds take advantage. They win it 5-4.
You know, the A's have been around 104 years in 3 different cities, but never once made it to St. Louis till Tuesday night, and that's where their old manager, Tony La Russa, was waiting. He'd been fired by Oakland after the '95 season. Second inning, Tony's new big guy, Albert Pujols, delivers. Base knock brings in Yadier Molina. 43rd RBI makes it a 3-2 Cardinal lead, but not for long, because Matt Morris has become a souvenir distributor. Mark Kotsay cuts through the thick St. Louis air for his 3rd of the year. Morris leads the National League in homers allowed. A's lead the game 4-3. Barry Zito twirling as well, and in a bit of a spot in the 4th, but gets Reggie Sanders for the 3rd time in this game out of a jam. Zito, 5 innings pitched, struck out 8, allowed just 2 earned runs, but the Oakland bullpen could not hold the lead. The 7th, bases loaded for Marlon Anderson with the Cards down 4-3. Anderson brings in Jim Edmonds and Sanders. Redbirds take a 5-4 lead. Next batter, Cody McKay. He'll bring in Hector Luna. One more batter, Tony Womack. That'll get through. Anderson gets home. One more batter, Edgar Renteria, opposite way. One of his 3 hits. McKay scores a 5-run 7th for the Cards. The A's win streak ends at 8. Cardinals double them up, 8-4.
The only non-interleague game on the schedule was Chicago at Houston. Octavio Dotel trying to do some good things for Houston in the 9th. Cubs have won 3 in a row, but they're down 1 in the top of the frame. Tom Goodwin with the drive off Dotel. Lance Berkman, oh, you giving Glove a bad name. 2-base error. Goodwin goes to 3rd on a fly ball out, and with 1 out, he scores on the Aramis Ramirez single. Ramirez has driven in 25 runs in his last 23 games. This game is tied. 1 out later, Dotel told to walk Derek Lee, so we've got runners on 1st and 2nd with 2 outs, and Dotel trying not to blow his 3rd save and 15 offs. Michael Barrett with a chance to put the Cubs ahead. He singles, but Ramirez is held at 3rd. Bases loaded for Ramon Martinez. Hit his first homer of the season earlier in this game, but this hit will be even more memorable. Finds a hole, and the Astros are now in a hole, and it's a hole they will not get out of. 4-2 Cubs on the 3-run 9th inning rally.
Angels in a bad way and on the road for 18 of their next 25, starting in Pittsburgh. Jack Wilson, your batter. Sean Figgins, your hot corner man. Long throw over to first, gets Wilson out. He's no Troy Gloss, but he ain't bad as a replacement. Top 6, Angels down 1-0. Garrett Anderson out like acid wash. 2-run poke to right center, his 4th of the year, back feeling fine. So are the Angels, up 2-0. Pirates, meanwhile, lost 13 straight against the AL West. And it's fixing to become 14, because in the 9th, 2 all, 1 out, runners on 1st and 2nd for Jeff DeVannen. Hits the grounder to 2nd. That's a double play ball, except scrappy Adam Kennedy breaks it up to keep the inning alive. Figgins with runners on 2nd and 3rd delivers. He was 3 for 5. Pirates have lost 9 straight. Angels win it 4-2. We've got ourselves a Major League doubleheader Wednesday night.
Comey added his Major League leading 20th home run with Detroit in town, 401 career, but it's Carlos Guillen with the bases loaded in the top of the 7th in a 5-1 Tigers game who's grabbing the highlight. He's going triple off former Tiger Brian Powell. All 3 score. Now the relay comes in. Guillen, he's at 3rd, and he's edging home, and Todd Pratt, the arrow is on him, and he doesn't have his thinking cap on. Turns his back, and Todd! Guillen. Great base running. Tigers win 10-3. They've won 5 of 6.
More interleaguing. Royals into Turner Field in Atlanta. Pick it up with the Braves down 2-1. Nick Green against Dennis Reyes. And Green has driven one, but Carlos Beltran sliding. Carlos Beltran available for hire. Scouts following this guy throughout the bigs in anticipation of a big trade. Top 7th, Reyes at bat against Russ Ortiz. Braves have been terrible defensively, and Chipper Jones has been banged up with the hamstring injury, so making his first start at third base since 2001. Bottom 8, same score. Andrew Jones against Jason Grimley, 1 on. Single up the middle. Rafael Furcal is going to come in to score to tie it up at 2. Brings 45-year-old Julio Franco to bat, but he wouldn't have to lift his bat because Grimley just threw it away and the game. Andrew Jones scores it. He was also 2 for 4 with a pair of RBIs. Braves win it 3-2.
Well, Chicago fishing for marlin in Florida. Carlos Lee's fishing for a White Sox record 28-game hitting streak. El Caballo, the horse. Before the streak, he was kind of a pony. 230. He's like a Clydesdale now. 386 during the streak. Top 8 though, his 4th at bat, and he's not got nothing, and he gets nothing there. Will he get another chance? It doesn't look like it when in the bottom of the 8th in a 1-run game. Mike Lowell, 0 for 28 slump that. His 15th, and the Marlins are up 2, and in comes Armando Benitez. Only has 1 blown save this season, and he's pitching to Timo Perez. Former teammates, well, they could reminisce about how they did in that Yankees World Series, especially Game 1. Perez, 2-run shot, second blown save, and 26 chances for Benitez, who would apologize to A.J. Burnett after the game. Top 10, Carlos Lee. Well, he wants to thank Benitez. That's a top play nominee in the double to left center. Yeah, we're up to 28 games. Hitting streak for Lee, still top 10. 2 outs, bases loaded. Nate Bump pitching, and there's no place to put him. Miguel Oliva draws the walk. Lee scores the winning run, and the White Sox win it. 7-5 is your final. The hard fact, Lee breaks the team record, but how's it?
Back to baseball, Indians and Mets. Let's play a little fact or fiction.
Fact.
Mets hired, not yet. Mets hired Don Baylor as their new hitting coach Tuesday, so we decided, first topic, Don Baylor will make an improvement in the Mets offense. Fact or fiction? Now you can chime in.
Well, there's no doubt fact. They can't go anywhere but up.
All right, well, in the first inning, the Mets had 5 hits, 3 runs, including this Mike Cameron 2-run single with the bases jammed. Baylor's Mets, 7 runs, 14 hits in the game. So based on Tuesday, we have to say fact. You were correct. Second topic, Mike Piazza is the 3rd best defensive catcher on the team.
Well, where's he rank among first basemen?
Quickly.
Fiction.
All right, Piazza at first on Tuesday. Starting catcher Vance Wilson gets Matt Lawton at second, but Wilson left with an injury. His replacement, Jason Phillips, also got Lawton. We're saying fact there, too. Another fact,